Today what we're going to be doing is focusing on sketching graphs of linear equations, and we're going to do this step by step. Step by step? Get it? No? Alright, talk to your parents. They'll explain it. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is focus on graphing a line using two or more points. So in this case we're given an equation, y equals 3/4 x plus 2, and we want to go ahead and graph this. So, step one is to create a table. I have a table here of x and y values. I always want to use more than 2 points, even though you can make a line with 2 points, just to make sure that your values match up and that your points are correct. Then, step 2 is to graph the equation using the table of values. So if I want to start out first, x equals -4, y equals -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -1. There's one spot. Then if x equals 0, y equals 2, there's 2 spots. Now if I'd only done those 2 points, I would assume that's fine. I could be right and that the line would follow this way, but it could be maybe that I was a little off in my math and the point actually goes here. That's where third coordinate helps out. So my third coordinate, x equals 4, y equals 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, puts us at about right here. So I can see then that the line will go ahead and continue through those 3 points. I can then go ahead and draw my line. Looks something like that. That is how to graph a line using 2 or more points. How about though, if I just want to go ahead and use the equation itself? I'm going to use the slope and the y-intercept. Remember, m stands for slope and b stands for your y-intercept. So first thing I'm going to do, step 1, I'm going to use the y-intercept. In this case, I see that the y-intercept is -2. So I'm going to go down to where y equals -2, and there's a point. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use my slope. Now, I know that the slope represents rise over run. So in this case, as I look at my equation, there's nothing in front of the x. Oh no! No, that's all right. That just means that my slope is 1. So then I go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, as far as I want to go. And I can also go in the other direction too. And that gives me plenty of the points that I need in order to, again, draw a line, which should look something like that. Here, let's straighten that out a little, like that. There we go. So there's my line using the slope and the y-intercept from an equation. I could have also done that with my last equation, by the way, since we can see we could start out at a +2 for the y-intercept, and then in this case we would go up 3, since our slope is 3/4, 1, 2, 3 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we end up at the same point. So that's another easy way to check your answers to make sure they're right. So, graph the linear equation using slope and y-intercept. Finally, we're going to graph a line given the slope and a point. So, graph a line with slope 2 that passes through the point -2, +1. So, step 1, let's plot the given point. So we were given -2, +1, which is -2 on the x, +1 on the y. That's our point. Step 2, we're going to use the slope to create another point to graph. And in this case, my slope, let's move that a little, is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and use that 2 to represent a rise of 2 and a run of 1. So rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1. So far, it looks something like this. Okay, it's not exactly perfect, but that's mostly because of my drawing skills. If you want to make the dots a little bigger, that might help it look a little more like a line. There we go. So, once we've done that, really all we have to do now is connect the dots with our line. And my line looks something like this. So, 3 different ways to graph a line, graph the line of a linear equation. And that's all.